Rafale, Su-30, MiG-29, all taken out.
Field Marshal and also the Prime Minister of Pakistan said President Trump saved 10 million lives, maybe more.
Please subscribe, like and share Vents News Network on YouTube.
A lie repeated doesn't become the truth, and this term applies on Field Marshal of Pakistan, Asim Munir. This time Asim Munir have crossed all the lines while lying on Operation Sindoor, terming it as a success of Pakistan. Though this is not the first time that Asim Munir has revealed wrong facts and fabricated information among the people and spreading lies regarding Operation Sindoor, but this time he has crossed all the lines by terming Operation Sindoor as a success of Pakistan. So in the upcoming minutes, we will expose one by one the lies, the fabrications that was spreaded by Field Marshal of Pakistan, Asim Munir. So let's begin.
Just recent war with India, and we have shown our technology to the world.
So here Munir is saying that in a recent war with India, here we would like to correct him that from the Indian perspective, it was not a war. It was just an operation that was launched by the Indian armed forces against the terrorist camp inside Pakistani territory. Operation Sindoor was launched on May 7 after Pahalgam incident, and it was halted inside Pakistani territory on May 10, 2025. Though the operation is still continued against the terrorists inside India, but it was halted inside Pakistani territory. So Mr. Munir, this was not a war from Indian side. It might be a war from Pakistan side, but from Indian side, it was a retaliation against the terrorist attack in Pahalgam. Operation Sindoor was a successful operation inside Pakistani territory by destroying several camps of terrorists inside Pakistan territory. So it was Operation Sindoor, and the evidence was provided by all armed forces just because this operation was launched jointly by Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. And the statement that was released by trio forces with an evidence proved that it was a successful operation for India, not for Pakistan. So number one counter. So let's play this statement, other part of this statement.
And we have shown our technology to the world. Alhamdulillah, our Air Force using that technology, and that is 90% of the indigenous technology of Pakistan.
So Munir is saying that in Operation Sindoor, even in the other words, if I can say, the war from the side of Pakistan, Pakistan has used Air Force technology. The fact with the evidence is that when the Operation Sindoor was launched by the Indian Armed Forces, all of a sudden it baffled Pakistan. They were into a confusing state of mind that how to respond this operation. They were just looking right and left for any kind of help from their neighboring countries or any Western country. And finally they got a help from Turkey. Turkish drones has been used by Pakistan to counter India's Operation Sindoor and even the Indians' weaponry. Turkish drones were involved from the side of Pakistan, and Chinese missiles has also been fired from the side of Pakistan. So where Pakistani Air Force technology exists, Indian Armed Forces, while addressing a press conference, has given the video proofs that how the operation was launched and there was no damage at Indian side. They have released the videos, and in that videos there was no counter attack, there was no damage to any kind of Indian weapon, there was no fighter that was taken down by the Pakistani Air Force. So where the Pakistani Air Force technology exists, then why the Munir is doing PR for the Pakistani Air Force technology? It's a big question. So now the lies not ended here. We'll drag this statement to the next level.
The air domain, Rafale, Su-30, MiG-29, Virat 2000, Alhamdulillah, S-400, all taken out.
So a false claim made by Asim Munir, who is on a respected post in Pakistan, Field Marshal. He said that Pakistan has taken down several fighter jets, including Mirage 2000, Sukhoi 30, MiG-29 and Rafales. He has also named S-400, which is the air defense system, which was purchased from Russia. So again, he was lying. He has not provided any statement just because this statement has been given during a Libyan army address. He has not provided any wreckage, any confirmation or any photograph or the video proof for damaging any Indian fighter jet during Operation Sindoor or Pakistani war. So no evidence but a big claim that was fallen flat. And even India, while releasing their statement, has confirmed that there was no damage to any fighter jet on the Indian side. And if there could have been any fighter jet damaged from the side of Pakistan, they might have recovered some kind of wreckage, the damaged parts or any photograph. You remember everybody in this world remember what had happened during the airstrike when Abhinandan was landed, when Indian fighter jet was targeted by Pakistan and our group captain Abhinandan was landed in Pakistan, and days after that he returned to India. So everybody knows about it and all the evidences were remained in the public. But this time in Operation Sindoor there was no evidence, only the statement of Asim Munir, and not the first time. Every time he was giving this statement, but this time he has involved all the jets. But I think he forget MiG-21 was in operation then, and there was another jet which is with India, that is Jaguar. I think he forgot the name when he was taking the names of all Indian fighter jets, Rafale, Sukhoi 30, Mirage 2000 and MiG-29, everything. But he forgot two jets. Might be by a mistake, but there was no such evidence. The fact is that India has successfully launched this operation. All the pilots returned back to their base safely. There was no collateral damage. There was no damage to any fighter jet. The damage was given to Pakistan by damaging their missiles which was blindly fired. Though it was very clear from the side of India that target was terrorist base camp. It was not, the target in fact was not the military installations. The Operation Sindoor was all against terrorists. It was not a war. So this was a fabricated statement of Asim Munir through which he wanted to impress and cover the face of Pakistan to cover the damage in Operation Sindoor. Fiction ends where the facts begin. So Indian armed forces including Indian Air Force, Indian Army and Indian Navy, after Operation Sindoor halted in Pakistani territory, they have addressed the media and released the videos of that Operation Sindoor, that how it was launched. They have given the counts that how many terrorist camps have been destroyed inside Pakistani territory. They have also given all kind of details in that address. They addressed all the questions raised by the media during the press conference, and it was all in public. So this is how they factually proved that Operation Sindoor was a success of India, not of Pakistan. Listen, these Indian armed forces when addressing the media.
And it was relentless. However, we were prepared, and our air defense preparedness ensured that there is no damage on ground or to any of the intended targets that the enemy might have planned for.
So the fabrications has been exposed by US President Donald Trump again. In a latest statement by US President Donald Trump claimed that he was the one whose intervention has stopped the war of India and Pakistan. And even this is not the first time that Trump quote himself as a peace leader of the world. He always mentioned that he is the one who has stopped India and Pakistan nuclear war. And this time again, just because. And he has also exposed Pakistan, that Pakistan Field Marshal and Pakistan Prime Minister has made a call. They said after the intervention that Trump has saved millions of lives. So listen what Trump had recently said about India-Pakistan operation.
Think of it, we stopped a potential nuclear war between Pakistan and India, and the head of Pakistan, highly respected general, he's a field marshal, and also the Prime Minister of Pakistan said President Trump saved 10 million lives, maybe more, by getting that war. You know, 8 planes were shot down. That war was starting to rage.
So now let's come to the point. Why and when Asim Munir fabricated this statement? The statement regarding Operation Sindoor was given by Asim Munir during an address to Libyan National Army. Yes, there was a joint conference of Libyan National Army and Pakistan National Army during a weapon deal, in which Asim Munir trying to impress Libyan National Army chief and even Libyan government just to sell their own weapons. And he has exposed everything on the basis of lie. He was doing PR of Pakistan army. He was doing PR of weapons of Pakistan, so that at least the Libyan National Army can incline towards Pakistan weapons so that they'll be able to finalize the deal. He was completely doing a PR, and he has spoke whatever he can on the basis of lie. And this was not a video conference, this was not a presentation given by Asim Munir on the basis of photographs or the videos. It was just a verbal statement that was addressed by Asim Munir in front of Libyan National Army. Just because this conference was held for the weapons deal.
Yeah, in terms of any assistance that you need from Pakistan, that will be available at your doorsteps, inshallah. And this relationship is not new. It was existing since 60s. And here in Libya, there used to be a huge presence of the Pakistani instructors from Air Force, from Navy, and from other departments here. And we will take our relationship back to that level where it used to be. But as a brother, this is my humble advice to you, that please make your armed forces as strong as possible, because armed forces, they guarantee the existence of countries.
So what was the outcome of Munir's lie? After that address, Pakistani government has released a statement in which they have confirmed that Libyan National Army has finalized the deal with Pakistan to purchase the Pakistani weapons worth $4 billion. Yes, worth $4 billion. That means now the Pakistani weapons worth $4 billion will be sold to Libyan National Army. And how the Asim Munir has impressed Libyan National Army? By his lies. Libyans must have not cross-checked the statement of Asim Munir, just because he still is on a very high post which is respected among the countries. But Munir did not realize. He's all focused to sell his weapons either ways, either hook or crook. He just wanted to sell it, and that is the reason he has spreaded all lies during that address. If Libya National Army might have cross-checked the statement of Asim Munir, they might have dropped the deal, just because the statement was a full-fledged package of lies. It was a bunch of lies that was spread by Asim Munir. So this is the entire story of the recent lies of Asim Munir in front of National Libyan Army. And this time he spoke all fabrications, not to cover his face, but to finalize a deal. And this is what they did. $4 billion deal was finalized with Libyan National Army. So we are just resting our story here, but the issue has not been rested. Every time Pakistan spread lies regarding Operation Sindoor, and now the India has even stopped the exercise for countering any kind of statement from the side of Pakistan, just because this turned out to be the regular exercise of Pakistan.